blow up on the track like the train strapped with dynamite.
What up, guys? Welcome to episode number 9 of Money Talks with Reezy Resells. How is everybody doing out there? I'm super excited. I can't even believe that it's Monday that quick already. I'm super slipping. Sorry about that. Let me adjust. Actually, I don't know. I think we'll just roll with it. The camera's a little high right now in the vertically. All right, whatever. Anyways, guys, how's everybody been? How did your week go? Are you hustling hard? Are you not hustling? Have you been following me for a long time? Or are you new to the Reezy Ninja clan? We go hard like Wu-Tang. If you don't know what that is, you're going to have to Wikipedia Wu-Tang. Definitely going to be mandatory. This is episode 9. That's 9 for the gringos out there. I got love for you as I am a gringo myself. So, but yeah, how the hell is everybody? Excuse my language. I'm super excited. Let me hit the comments real quick just so I can give some love to the YouTube people that are live on the chat, because the chat goes hard like bangarang. You feel me? Rufio, let's see. And if you're listening to this on my podcast, be aware that the interaction is with the people on YouTube, so you can get involved with this if you join us on YouTube. So let's go into the comments here. We got Kim, the OC Thrift Shop, says howdy. Howdy. Toy Story reference. Ivan Pena, Mogul Shark, Sonny Purdon, Joe O'Connell, Vote for Cake, says A with the triple pink heart specialty. Jamelia Williams, Alexander Yay, the 13-year-old hustler from Canada. Shout out to Big West, y'all out there with the big wrench moderating on you fools. Not that you're fools, just, you know what I mean, slangwage. Shout out to John Wilkins. Shout out to TJL Resell. What up, homie? What up? Shout out to Bobby Moons Bargains, Javier Areola. I'm going to have to make sure I get that right, son. Monet Diamante. What's up, Monet? Monet. Everybody's in here today. Jackie O's, Cameron Ivy, Tripping on Sales. The Posh Hanger just popped up in here. Everybody's in here. So, guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's obviously at Reezy Resells, because it's at Reezy Resells everywhere. I'm just all up in your face and all in your ears and everywhere. But I made a post on Instagram, and I'm going to start doing this every week to where I'm trying to sit up extra straight because I'm super short today. Let me see if I can sit on a book or something. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, get that phone book for me. I'm seriously sitting on 3 Gary V books right now. Look, just for proof. 3 Gary V books. Boom. Booster seat. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, that's a little bit better, guys. Let me check real quick. Oh, that's so much better. Guys. I feel like I'm actually here now. And I wasn't here before. Let me prop the mic up real quick. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. This is going to require some editing on my part. Hello? How's the audio? Good. Because I don't want to have to feel like I have to speak into the mic. I just want to talk to you guys. Yeah. Shout out to the Senator Steve. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, guys. Shout out to Lisa G. Yeah, Gary V butt lift. Right on, guys. Yeah, so back to what I was saying is that last week I did a thing where I put out a call for questions for the show on my Instagram, and it worked out really well. I was able to get a lot of questions, and it was like a good 10, 20 minutes that I was able to go through the questions on the show, and a lot of people actually responded that they really liked the format of me answering the questions from the Instagram versus the callers. And yeah, I really like it. I like to mix things up, or, I'm starting to feel like we need to start doing some new stuff. So I'm going to start having some people being interviewed in the first half of the show, and then we'll do a call in afterwards, as well as the Instagram submissions. So let's just go ahead and get into the Instagram submissions. But the point of that was that if you want to get a question answered, for sure, go on my Instagram right now and put your question on there, because I'm about to answer every single, thought I had an ant on me. I'm going to answer every single question on there right now. So before we do that, I'm going to need to get a drink of water, featuring today this water bottle that you guys are going to needlessly talk mess on me for. Oh, that's going to be gone soon. Love water. All right, so let's go. Into the Instagram feed we go. So here's the Instagram. Boom. Live show comments. I post this one every Monday. What's up, Mr. Music Genius? Send me some beats if you're Mr. Music Genius. Let's do this. Let me clear my throat. Hold on a sec. All right, guys. So here we go. Shoot. Gary V's live right now on Instagram, guys. That ain't gonna work out for me. Thanks, Gary. All right. So we're going in. We got some comments. So the first question is from Omar Elk 123. Says, I bought 11 Jawbone up 3 for a good price. 11 quantity Jawbone up 3 for a good price. Since I bought them for a cheap price, I'm able to still make decent money on them, and I am the cheapest seller on Fulfilled by Merchant. They have a sales rank of 17. However, none of them sold. Any advice? You got to look into it a little bit more than that. What color are the ones that you got? Maybe there's a newer model, so the older ones aren't as desired anymore. Just got to do some digging and figure it out. It's hard for me to answer that question with that information. I'd say go look at the listing, check out your price, look at it from from a shopper's perspective, not a seller's perspective, and see if there's anything that could be amiss, Maybe the color that you have has a terrible photograph on Amazon, and all the other colors have a good photograph, and those are the ones driving the sales rank. I don't know. There could be a million reasons, but you got to check it out. Always want to look into eBay also. Let's go over to the next one. Let me bring up the chat real quick so I can stay in touch with you guys here. Shout out to James Universe. I saw James put a question on Instagram, and that I'm going to get to here in a second. So Ivan2233 says, how do we apply to pay for taxes in other states with the new rules kicking in April 1st at Reezy? So to be honest, I don't really know the answer to all that. I pay people that are smarter than me to deal with that. So I'll try and get some information for you guys, but you need to register for the states that you have Nexus in, and go to that state's website and register to pay sales tax, yada, yada. You'll get a number. You'll put it in your Amazon account. Amazon will collect sales tax from your customers for those states, and they will put it into your disbursement, and it will be up to you to keep track of the amount owed and remit it back to each state with a frequency that is required by that state. Again, I'm not a tax expert, nor would I ever want to be. That's literally my hell. If I ever went to one, it would be just all tax work. So let's see. eBay_J. What bank do you prefer for businesses purposes? I use local banking. TAing while the call is going. Good job. If you guys don't know what TA is, that's tactical arbitrage. James Universe is making money right now while he's listening. So eBay_J says, is it a good idea to get my inventory up before I start selling on Amazon, or just send it as I get it? Just send it as I get it is what I'm assuming what he meant to say. That's a hard question I would say you want to build up a little bit, because there's a weight threshold that you want to hit on your inbound shipments to FBA for you to get the optimum inbound per pound pricing. And, there is monthly fees and stuff. So you feed the beast and you grow your snowball. But if you don't feed the beast will eat you. So, you want to save up a little bit, but don't wait too long. Just get in the game, keep going. I mean, even if you started early and lost some money, it wouldn't be too big of a deal, shipping wise or whatever, because at least you'd get in the game and you'd start figuring stuff out. So next question. Smash the like button if you guys are watching this, please. Appreciate it. Next question is from Kenos Demur 1. Hey, Reezy, I have a university assignment in which I have to interview an entrepreneur. Can I ask you a couple of questions on the show? Definitely can. Give me a call. Next question is from Antex. Do you do any online arbitration? If so, what sites are good to look out for? Tactical Arbitrage is a software that I use to do online arbitrage. and I highly recommend it. It's super detailed. Like, I don't even know how to do all the crazy things that you can do with it, but it's the software to use. There's another software, OA X-Ray. It's not as good, but it's actually available. TA is closed right now, so the entry period will be open, I think, in a month or so. And when that opens, we have me and a partner of mine, Jeremy Manuel, have an incentive and like a little learning deal for you guys to check it out. So if you are going to sign up for that and you want to learn about buying things online from websites to make money sitting back to Amazon using software, hit me up for that, or you'll probably just see the video or whatever. But the software that I prefer to use is called Tactical Arbitrage, and that's for any website. I use eFlip for book arbitrage from Amazon to Amazon. So there's links for eFlip in my video description down below if you guys want to sign up for eFlip as well. I'm not sure if that link is the 10-day free trial. I recently was able to get a 10-day free trial instead of a 3-day free trial for the Reezy Ninjas, and I need to update that. So if you do sign up for that and that's not the 10-day free trial, hit me up and I'll make sure to fix that. I'll probably fix that after this live show. Let's see. Eastbound Joe says, is there a place to get really good custom templates for your Feedback Genius emails? Not that I know of. I've never actually seen anybody offering that. There you can go with the basic ones that they have and then just spice them up yourself, or you can get creative in trying to write emails, write messages in certain ways that will solicit people to actually leave you feedback versus just asking for it. Make it fun, make it creative, that type of thing. Shout out to Jax Attacks Poker. Shout out to Ed D. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Top Tier Thrifts says, how to start and how to build on Amazon or eBay. I've made a couple hundred and want to take it to the next level. So there's a couple things you're going to want to do. Besides, you're obviously going to want to learn a lot. Top Tier Thrifts, you're going to want to learn as much as possible. So that means reading, watching videos, surrounding yourself with people who do what you want to do, and getting involved in communities. I highly recommend Facebook groups. It's a hidden gem of Facebook and of the internet, really. Facebook groups are insane for business networking, like ridiculous. Yeah. And the main thing is just always be sourcing, always be shipping, always be sourcing. If you want to grow your business, you make your money when you buy. So you need to be buying every day. If you can't buy every day because you got to ship, you need to hire someone to ship for you so you can buy every day, all day. You need to always be sourcing. If you're always sourcing and you're always learning about the new ways to work your business on these various platforms, you'll be okay. That's literally all there is to it, as far as the difference between making a little bit of money and making millions. I mean, obviously you're going to require a warehouse, employees, trucks, vans, whatever, but the tenement is the same. Always be sourcing, hustle your ass off. Let me get a drink of water. SoCal meetup. Hell yeah. Y'all making meetups without me? Definitely want to do it. All right, next one. Let's see. From Garden of Sugar says, I have some old books I want to sell. Should I just list them on Amazon? You should look them up to see what their value is. And by that, I mean, what is the lowest used price for that book? And what is the sales rank for that book? I know there's a question about sales rank on here, so I will do a little mini sales rank tutorial when I get to that question. Next question is from some of these I can't say very well, and I apologize. Ishanider M Group. I don't know. Would you recommend New Jack stay away from book sales? Feel like you get eaten alive if you don't know what you're doing yet, especially with entrance fee. Maybe that's just me. So I would say go. You got to learn, man. You got to get in the game. You can't be scared. Obviously, there's less competitive environments to get books, but the book sales are the main like large volume way to acquire books that are good. Besides, I mean, doing bulk books, which is Gaylords or whatever. But you're not going to get that quality of books that you get from a library book sale. So my advice is to just go in. You know what I mean? Just you got to figure it out. Next one, Lacasita underscore OG says, Yo, Rez, go follow us. Also, I heard you can or can't freestyle. Which is it? Can freestyle. No, I'm not going to freestyle right now. I did bust a sick flow on Instagram Live the other day, though. Lauren Jane 30 says, should I get a business license before I start selling on Amazon? I wouldn't wait for it. You can just do sole proprietorship and use your social security number. Just start making money and start learning the game. Don't wait on none of this red tape. Let's see what's going on in the chat, because the chat bangs hard sometimes. Would you consider selling on Amazon UK even though they have the VAT tax? I wouldn't. I'm not selling. If I was selling large amounts of wholesale or private label, I would definitely be shipping to the UK market. I know Larry Lubarski at Watch Me Amazon. He is a super wholesale god gangstar, and he's getting that UK money. So he's pounding for your pounds. So definitely worth some money. Next one from Sil underscore Nuer says, who or where do you pay to get ungated when Amazon will not ungated you in beauty and health? The answer to that question is in my Facebook group. It's the pinned post, and it will get you ungated in that for free in about 10 minutes. So join my Facebook group, look for the pinned post, and you'll be ungated in those categories. To join my Facebook group, there's a link on Reezy.tv, which is my website. The Facebook link is horrendous, or I would give it to you, so that's just easier. Anyways, next one, snap backwards. Is it a bad idea to list textbooks now on Amazon, or should I wait until August? It's not bad. And here's the reasoning. If you can sell them between now and then for a profit that meets what you want, that's cool. The main thing is just price them for where you want to sell them, and they will sell outside of the season for the amount that you want. It's not going to be the peak pricing, but it's still going to sell. There's going to be less supply, and there will still be some demand. So it just depends, how many do you have, and how much. If you have storage space on hand to store them, why not? If you don't need the money back right away and you have storage space on hand, maybe store them. Otherwise, I would say just send them all in and price them to what you want to sell them for, because the storage fees are literally so low, it's ridiculous. You couldn't charge yourself less. Shout out to Patrapreneur for having a sick username. Patrapreneur. What up? Aaron Austin says, Reezy went FDA way and still no go in beauty or health. Worked on groceries. Still working on it, though. Figure it out. It's working for people, guys. You got to hit up that pinned post. There's 2 ways on there. There's actually a video, too. Let's see. Myra1115 says, how come when using the FBA scanner app on some books, it tells me I can make a $5 to $7 profit, but it still says reject at the top? Newbie here. So the answer to that question is because the default trigger settings for FBA scan are too conservative. Also, whether it says buy or reject is just a product of the trigger settings, which you can change in the settings. So press the 3 bars in the upper left corner, go into the menu, whatever trigger settings, and then play with the options until you get it to where you like it to be. I really don't even use triggers except for when I'm at a book sale or when I'm trying to scan a huge bookstore really fast, and I will just put a merchant fulfilled price that meets my demand regardless of rank, and then just scan everything. And then when I get a notification, I'll investigate those more so. And that cuts down on some time and allows me to not miss any of the books that I want to scan or that I want to keep or whatever. But it does obviously take more time. I'm going to hit on a lot of books with really high rankings. But you have to choose, do you want to overscan or do you want to underscan if you're buying with alertifications? Let's see. Nathan Orban says, when competing against Amazon, do you typically price your books a set amount below Amazon? Have you figured out how much lower you need to be so that a buyer will buy your book over Amazon new price? That's a great question, Nathan. So generally, just a little bit less. If it's $100 book, you're going to make the sale at 90, and I wouldn't be surprised to make it at 95. People are seriously insane about saving money. I don't know if it's because they're using third-party software to aggregate the low prices and they didn't know that there was a new price for $10 more or whatever the deal is. But yeah, so you could sell it a lot closer to the new price than you think. Trust me. Let's see. Okay, next one. This is a long question. Gonna need some water. Official James Sr. says, can you answer the question now, please? It's important. So I have 6 boxes of book. No, I couldn't answer it now. Who do you think you are? I'm not even going to answer the question at all. That's ridiculous. Next question from James Universe. Opinion on college, university for non-doctor, lawyer, etc. degrees. I don't have any answer about that stuff. I dropped out of school in 10th grade. You can't ask me those kinds of questions. Also, how you suggest I price books until I get a receiver. Lastly, I'm not very efficient using Inventory Lab. Any tips to speed up the process? I don't prefer to use Inventory Lab to list books, James. I prefer to use ScanLister. So because you can batch your processes with ScanLister. I know you can list books just as fast with Inventory Lab, but you need to have preset SKUs with trailing suffix. You need to have preset prices. I mean, I guess you can also be pricing them yourself as you go along. I think you should be able to do about 100 an hour completely, like from the touching a raw book to where it's boxed up and ready to go to Amazon. That's what I can do with ScanLister and what my buddy John Reuter can also do on Inventory Lab. Personally, I feel like ScanLister is a little bit easier and more simple, especially for having employees run the software. But both can do around 100 bucks an hour and even more. It's just about streamlining your processes. How suggest I price books until I get a receiver? You could use a repricer to automatically price them down for you, or you can manually price them yourself. It takes a while. There's only 2 ways to do it. How do you account for Organic Thinker says, how do you account for your physical labor and time into taxes? What dollar amount can I deduct, or what is your time and effort consider in business of selling? I pay myself a salary, so that's how that works. Next question, eBay_J. Is it a good idea to build up on inventory before I start selling on? We already answered that one. So Big West helping out in there. Let's see. S Shortcakes with a Z says, how do you deal with repricers that constantly undercut your prices on books? So there's a couple ways that you deal with it. You can ban you can block certain sellers from your repricer so you don't compete against them. You can set your repricer so it takes several, more than 2 or 3 under offers to trigger your price to come down. Or you can set it so that there's a larger margin. So if it's over 10% or 20%, don't drop the price. There's different things you can do. Unfortunately, a lot of the times you just end up chasing them too, and that's just the name of the game. Personally, I have 35,000 books in inventory, so I have to make sales. I can't afford to monitor each one, and I really don't care to make 25 or 50 cents more here or there. That's not the name of the game. You know what I mean? So let's see. Next one. See the Light People says, if I started a show like yours, but for beginners, people who need hand holding, would you help me hype it? Would you have someone to handle all those questions? You would have someone to handle all those questions that frustrate you, Reezy. So appreciate it. First of all, those questions don't really frustrate me. What frustrates me is when people don't indicate that they want to learn, so they don't do any research themselves or stuff like that. Either way, that's what I'm doing with the show, is helping people out. So I don't mind answering them. if you did start a show, I would definitely shout you out. Not going to be your hype man or anything, but if you provide value to me in some way, then I will provide value back to you. But yeah, I'll give you a shout out. Will people watch it? I'd say you've got to establish yourself first. Next question from Mike.new. Nope, just helping out. Next question. Thrifty Antiquity says, can you recommend a couple super useful apps for your everyday book arbitrage business besides the Amazon seller app or FBA scan? That's a good question, Thrifty Antiquity. At Thrifty Antiquity. Let me look. I'm looking at my home screen right now, and let me roll off all the social media apps, and let's see. So I've got the Jungle Scout bookmark. It's not actually an app. I've got the eBay app. I've got a Craigslist app called C Pro Craigslist. Dropbox is a mandatory. Me and Scotty G actually have a saying where you don't have a business until you have a folder in Dropbox. Basically, like the first thing you do when you decide to start a new business is you make a folder in Dropbox and then you share it with your business partner, or yourself if you don't have a business partner. But yeah, Dropbox, major key. Dropbox or Google Drive. I haven't transitioned to Google Drive. I used Dropbox way before Google Drive existed, so that's just how that happened. 1Password. I couldn't live without 1Password. The 1Password app stores all your passwords, makes passwords for you, works on your browser, whatever. So like when you have to log in, you just right click, choose the website, it logs in for you. You only have to remember the 1Password to log into the app, and then you can use your fingerprint on your phone. I don't even know my passwords anymore. They're all super long. Like they're all 40 characters with many numerics and different digits and capitals and blah, blah, blah. But I don't have to know it because 1Password got my back. So 1Password, major key. Let's see. Scoutify, Scan Power, different sales scanning apps that I have access to. Google Sheets, I use that a lot. The Book Scouter app to scan your rejects that you've already purchased to send back to book buyback websites. Chrome Remote Desktop for getting full desktop use on your mobile phone for various situations you might need. The ASD wholesale app has all the suppliers on there. If you guys didn't know that, that's a major key. You don't actually have to go to the trade show to get access to the suppliers. You can get access, contact information, by product category, and everything to all the suppliers at the trade show without buying a ticket or even going through the app or through the website. So that's a major key right there. Alibaba and Alibaba Express. I think those are all the work-related apps that I got on there. Let me see. Also, if this, then that, use that for a bunch of different stuff. Let's see. There is a clock in, clock out app around here somewhere. Time Station, clock in, clock out app. Shout out to Brian Freifelder who told me about that one. That's a great one. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not a lot of, I used to make t-shirts for Amazon merch. I'll use Typorama or WordSwag, and then take that PNG and put it into the Over app to resize it to be the proper size for Amazon merch. And then I can upload those actually to Amazon merch from my phone. You can't publish them. It just doesn't work properly, at least not in any browser that I've tried. But you can get them into draft stage and then publish them later, which is great for when you have these random times of sitting. It's not an app, but I use eFlip on my phone a lot. Whenever I have time and I'm sitting, eFlip for book arbitrage works great on mobile. That was a good question, Thrifty Antiquity. Let's go over to www.Jana Knox. That is a sick idea, making your website your username on Instagram. Shout out to www.janaknox.com. says, awesome. Keep them coming. Keep in touch. You know what's so sick about that? That's an automatic comment. That's not even a comment that she put there. So that's an auto comment. I'm going to delete it. She's a gangster. That was pretty sly. Got that on there right there. I'm just reading the teleprompter. So Santa Cruz, like I just deleted that. Santa Cruz Deal Hunter says, at Reezy Resells, rank. I said it like that because he wrote it in capitals. So rank, it sounds super easy, but a lot of people have a hard time understanding how it works. Should the rank be high or low? So here's the lowdown, guys. I got a great video on YouTube that you should watch called Understanding Sales Rank, or Everything You Should Know About Sales Rank. And that tells you everything you need to know. But the main thing that you should know is that the lower the number, the better. And you need to also understand sales rank graphs, which are charts of sales rank over time, the history of the sales rank. Because, and the other thing you should know is that sales rank is not static. It moves, it changes all the time. So when it's not selling, the sales rank gets worse, meaning the number gets higher. It goes from 1 to 10 to 50 to 100 to 100,000, whatever. Then when it sells, it stimulates it and the rank spikes and goes down to a lower number, which is a better sales rank. The reason you might have noticed I just had some confusion is because I was going to like use my hand to illustrate the spike, and I didn't know which way I should do it because some people like to view their sales rank graphs flip-flopped where the low number's at the top, and some people like to view them with the low number on the bottom. Personally, I like to view the low number on the bottom so that the spikes come up. Anyways, yeah, so there you go. The spikes represent sales on the sales rank graph. When you see a lot of spikes, a density of spikes over a certain period of time, you can assume that every spike equals at least one sale, usually more than that, especially if the rank is really high. So that's sales rank. Just know that it's not the same right now as it will be tomorrow or the day before. So having a super hard cutoff in any certain rank is not wise, because really what you need to be looking for is the profit and the frequency of sales. Frequency of sales is so much more important than sales rank. If you had a number that would tell you how many times this item sells a month or 2 months or in 3 months or whatever, that would be more valuable than sales rank. Let's see. Andrea DR88 says, any tips on inventory reconciliation? I can't believe that chick got me with the auto comment. Any tips on inventory reconciliation? I use refundsmanager.com to do that all for me. They take a cut, but it doesn't cost me anything up front. They take 25% and I don't have to do anything, which is great for me because I'm trying to do big things with a small amount of people. So anytime I can have a service that adds value like that, it's wonderful. Have a link to sign up for that down there in my YouTube description as well. Let's see. But that's very important because keeping up with Amazon stealing from you and ripping you off is a full-time job. Anybody that sells a decent amount on Amazon knows Amazon always owes you money. They always owe you money. They don't even know what's going on. So it's up to you to make sure they pay you the right amount of money. Seabear says, what types of products do you typically try to flip? For me, mostly books and shoes. Also do a lot of grocery and just random stuff, lots of toys during fourth quarter. Marty Markup says, he's just responding to another question. Hey, the phone lines are open, guys. If you want to call 209-83-REEZY, give me a call. The Flipping Arab says, when it comes to books, do you find yourself limited to resources if you think you cleared out stores in a 50-mile radius, especially with competition around? What strategies do you find yourself doing to get more books? So really, that's a good question. I've answered this question before. I have a video on YouTube called Thrift Store Tips and Tricks, and that pretty much goes over a lot of it. But the main one is going to be making relations with the stores so you know when the books come out so that you can be the first one there to get them. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
James from Brooklyn.
Hey, how's it going, James?
Everything's good. How about you?
Great. Doing good.
So I have a long story to tell you, and I want to know what you think at the end of it. So I bought a bunch of books, and I thought I had heard, maybe it was during a live stream or maybe it was in one of the videos, someone mentioned pallet shipping about a week or two ago.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about it. And then I heard somebody say that if your products weigh more than 150 pounds.
Oh, yeah, I saw your comment. I saw your
shipping.
comment, yeah.
Yeah,
So
by shipping in a pallet.
Did you DM me, or was that on somewhere? I've read this question already today.
And maybe I DM'd it to you. I don't know.
And
I
so
was on the phone
and
with
so then
Amazon.
later you later realized it was supposed to be 300, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now
Right.
where are you? You got a box. You got 150 pounds of books boxed up, 3 boxes.
285 pounds, six boxes of books.
Okay.
Scanned them all through, and I didn't know that I had to buy the wooden pallet. I don't have the plastic.
Okay.
I originally called Amazon to help me with making the shipment.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that the cost of my shipment would be $71, but when I listened to your video, it was 800 pounds, and you were paying $76. So those numbers didn't make sense to me. And then on top of that, I, like a dumbass, right? Because everybody's saying about, you make mistakes and that's how you learn. So this is one of my first mistakes, was I didn't think to compare the cost of the small parcel to the LTL. So that's what I wanted to do today. So I canceled the LTL shipment with Amazon over the phone. And then I tried they were telling me to make a duplicate so I could see the price of the small parcel, because they don't know off the top of their head that they said the computer does the calculations. So then when I canceled it and I tried to make a duplicate, my computer was loading it for like 2 hours, so I just quit the whole process. And she was like, well, you can actually scan, all the products back in. I'm not really familiar with the terminology because it's my first time doing it. They're using words I can't remember. But basically she was saying you could scan all the books back in.
Right.
And I'm like, I have them neatly organized in there.
Right. So the thing is that did you so you don't have any shipment or shipping plan anymore? Do you still have the shipping plan?
I don't believe so, because one of them is, it's canceled as of right now.
The shipment or the shipping plan? Because there's two.
Shipping plan? So
first it goes to be a shipping plan, and then once it gets approved and they tell you where they want you to send it, then it becomes a shipment.
Yeah, no, that on Inventory Labs, there was a location. I don't know what the location is because it's just numbers. So that I'm pretty sure I still have. But that's another problem, is that since I'm using Inventory Labs, when I call Amazon, they're not familiar with Inventory Labs, so they can only help me so much.
Right, yeah, that's not their job.
To fill in the void in between the two.
Right, yeah. So you might have just screwed yourself, but especially since, did you scan them into the boxes too? Like Inventory Lab knows which books are in which box?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not familiar with that because we don't list books with Inventory Lab like that, and we don't do box contents in Inventory Lab either. We just do it ourselves with our own software that we made. But yeah, I don't know. This might be a lesson to just to take it easy, before you dip your toes in. You know what I mean?
As far as what? No,
as far as, well, because, right, feel the water out before you jump all the way in, so that stuff like this doesn't happen, because the easy way to fix it is to take them all out and just to start over, which it really won't take that long. But
you mean take the books out of the boxes and
right,
scan them all back in, delete the batch on Inventory Labs? All right, I guess that's what I'm about to do. Yeah,
that'd be the easy way, but the you might be able to do it like the smart way if you find the spreadsheet somewhere or the shipping plan in Amazon, something like that. You need to find that information somewhere, the SKUs, the boxes, the books, whatever. And since I'm not specifically familiar with the way you're doing it, I can't tell you how to do it, and it is slightly complicated. It's like kind of computer nerdy.
Yeah. So you think just restart from scratch? Like
Yeah,
said,
for you.
The only bitch about it was just trying to organize the books into the boxes because
Yeah.
they're all different sizes, shapes, and weights and all that stuff.
Yeah, it helps
That
if you organize the books by size before you put them into the box. And then also playing a lot of Tetris helps too.
Right, yeah, that's really what the game is. Okay, can I ask you another question? Or
unfortunately, we got to have it wait till next week. I appreciate you calling in, though. All right, thank you.
Cool.
Have a good one.
All right, thank you.
Yep, bye. Oh, bummer, man. I hate it when stuff like that happens, especially when you spend who knows how long trying to fix a certain situation, and then you end up giving up and just starting over from scratch, realizing that you can't fix it the smart nerd way you were trying to fix it, and then you just have to caveman it and start all the way over again. But that's how you learn, you know what I mean? So it's how you remember for sure when you learn your lessons. 209-83 Reezy. The line is open, guys. Give me a call. Let's go into the YouTube chat real quick. Says, can you call the software company you are using first before unpacking? I don't know what that means. Reezy and I have our flow on. Trina Ludwig. They tried to give me $7 credit for losing a $50 shirt. I was like, no. Yeah, that's right, Posh. You got to call him and be like, nope, you owe me a lot more than that. Let's see. 209-83 Reezy, guys. Call in if you got a question. Call in if you just want to say what's up. Let me know how I can help you. Who or what program do you recommend that can explain how to sell on Amazon EU completely? I live in the US. I don't know anything about selling on Amazon in Europe. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Yo, what's up, man?
Who's this?
Hey, it's Sean.
Hey, Sean. How's it going?
Pretty good. What's going on with you, man? How are you doing today?
This is good. Where are you calling from, Sean?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, man.
Nice. How can I help you, man? Dang. I don't know if that was my reception or his reception, but call me back, Sean, from Los Angeles. That was sounding like it was going to get interesting. Let me go onto YouTube and hit up these comments. Asks, why is FBA scan database mode messed up? For example, I download the database 30 minutes before sourcing. After sourcing, 40% of the books come up not profitable after checking with live. The problem is you're probably looking at the landed price, which includes the shipping on merchant fulfilled. Hold on one second. Why does this always happen to my phone? You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
It's Kevin.
How's it going, Kevin?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Minnesota.
Hey, how's it going out there in Minnesota?
Good. Say, I apologize for asking stupid questions, but I'm 60 years old and not a computer dude. And I've signed up for Amazon, and you say to sign up for the things that are ungated, and I just can't find a way to sign up for those items.
Okay,
I can find a list that says, no, it's not. Yes, you can sell it.
Right.
But it doesn't have a way for me to sign up. So like you say with Nike, if it ever does become gated.
Right. Well, the problem is that you're probably not a pro merchant. And so you need to be a pro merchant in order to be able to apply to be ungated in those other categories.
Okay.
And that costs $40 a month.
Yeah, I did sign up for the $40 a month pro merchant.
Okay, you should be able to apply for that. Go to Google once you're signed into Amazon and type category approval Amazon, and it should show you all the categories, and you should be able to apply for them right there.
So go on to the Amazon account first and then Google.
Well, you have to be signed. The link that's going to come up when you search what I told you to search is not going to work unless you're signed into Amazon.
Okay. So it's category approval.
Amazon.
And
that should be the first. Right. Let me search it real quick just to make sure I'm 98% sure it's the
like
first.
a list that comes up, but then I don't see any way for me to get to sign it. It just says,
Let me actually just run it real quick. I'm going to click on it myself. So you see all the, search what I told you to search. The first thing that comes up is the categories and products requiring approval. And then you can click on any of those categories right there, such as grocery and gourmet foods or any of the other categories. And then you go through and you apply. So in the bottom, it would say request approval. After you click on the category, there'll be a bunch of fine print. Scroll to the very bottom and click request approval.
Okay, because when I got to that point, I got to a lot of places where they're asking, how much do you expect to sell?
Oh yeah. You're in the right.
I don't know how to answer those questions.
You're in the right place. You got to answer those questions though, and you got to move forward. That's how you get approved.
You have to answer. How about for just signing up for the things that are ungated? Do I have to be approved for that?
You're not asking the right question, but if you want to get approved to sell in the categories that are gated, that you're not allowed to sell in right now, they say restricted when you scan them.
Yep.
You're going to need to finish answering those questions.
So can you just lowball it and say, I expect to sell a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
I would overball it.
You would overball it?
Just put in none of that matters. Just put in I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say they're not coming back to check on you. I'm sure if you put something in there that's erroneous, it would make you not get approved. But a lot of them are going to auto approve. But you want to put in numbers that are indicative of someone who's serious about selling.
Okay. One more thing. I saw your bio. Props out to your family life, man. That's great.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
All right. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. Bye. The line's open, guys. 209-83 Reezy. Call in or it's about to get cheesy. Dang, thankfully someone calls in. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Hey, Reezy. This is Casey from Florida.
What's up, Casey? How can I help you, bro?
Hey, how you doing? Just to follow up on that last person's questions, I've heard that, for example, the brand Vans is still not restricted in the shoes category, and just I was wondering how viable or how reasonable it would be to maybe just go buy a pair of Vans just to sell it, just to make sure.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Us new sellers don't get gated in the new categories. And also, I was wondering maybe if there's some kind of list somewhere of categories that are still, or not categories, but brands.
Right.
That are still
so
not,
as far as to answer that question, there isn't a list that I know of, but there should be. The problem is that for that list to exist, it would require people who are serious about selling but aren't veteran sellers. Because I don't even know, you know what I mean? Because they're not, they're approved to me. So, for example, I think maybe Kenneth Cole Shoes is one of the shoe brands that you're able to sell if you get approved to sell shoes. That brand's not restricted. And there's a ton of other ones. It's just that, you're blinded by marketing. So the first 10 to 20 you think of are restricted. And if there was a list, it would really help. So I think we should start a post on the Facebook group and make it a pinned post and get everyone in on it. It's just like YouTube, Instagram, whatever. None of that stuff works well for that kind of stuff. Facebook group has a search engine, and then, you could put 1 million comments on it and then curate all the comments and put them into the top post or whatever, add it to the file section. So that's a great idea. If you're watching this and you're a member of my Facebook group, go start that post up and let's populate that thing up for you guys. So there isn't a list. And then the other answer to your question that you were saying about Vans, it is open. Should you go get some? Hell yes, you should.
All right. I'll be doing that right away then tomorrow.
Any other brand like that too, if you see a brand, pick one up, especially if it's cheap.
Get your money back.
Yeah, who cares? Not to make money, but just to get in the game so that when that brand finally goes restricted, if it does, you're still in the game. Like one of the things that I'll never forget is the overnight CDs got gated. And that's a huge, that's a large market right there. And it just got gated overnight.
Yeah.
And there had been people who had been selling on Amazon for 5 years or more that got gated, and they, you know, that got by them. So don't let that happen to you, you know?
Right.
Awesome. Good
All right,
questions,
great advice.
dude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. Have a good night. Awesome. That was a good question. Let's, where did my YouTube go? YouTube disappeared on me. Hold on a second, guys. About to accidentally hang up. 209-83 Reezy, guys. Give me a call. Let me whisper into your ear. Sweet nothings. Don't tell your wife, though. Pause. Ultra pause. Let's see. Eric Austin. Vans are not gated. No, sir. Holler at him. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Reezy, hey, it's Eric.
What's up, Eric? Where are you calling from?
Hey, man, I'm just an hour north of Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome. Awesome. Are you driving right now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're good. How can I help you, brother?
Awesome. Hey, so I found you on YouTube a while back with books. I've been in books now for almost a year and a half, doing pretty good. With the recent price changes, my question is, where do you know, like, where your boundaries are for profit?
So,
because a lot of books that I'm scanning on,
right.
and I'm just kind of feeling like that's not worth my time, you know?
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. So the thing is we're in a tricky period right now. Amazon raised the fees and the market is adjusting. I've seen the prices come up. I expect them to keep coming up. At the same time, I've seen a lot of sellers get out of the game. A lot of sellers have quit. The volume of inventory for sale on Amazon dropped dramatically after the last long-term storage fee and the increase of fees, and a lot of people gave up. So I am confident that all those things will contribute to higher prices, especially because, like, the reality of it is everything's expensive now. I mean, not expensive, you know, like minimum wage is about to be $15 an hour in California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to be able, when I was a kid and I used to eat fast food, you can get a meal for like $3. It's like $8 now, you know? So, it should come,
like,
it should
I mean,
come
I
up.
adjusted, I still do. Yeah.
It should come up, but
Yeah,
the main thing is like,
you know,
for lower margin books, like, it's going to be, you know, if it's $8, it better have a really good rank and be trending towards being worth more and be really light, you know? But otherwise, it's pretty much, it's
like
looking,
a pounder,
it's looking like around $10 is the price where we're adjusting to. A lot of things.
That's where I moved to. Yeah.
Like you're saying, textbooks. So eFlip, buying books online is a lot more appealing to me, especially since the advent of, you know, the competition dropping out a lot. Caleb Roth, who has a website, thebookflipper.com, go check that out. Mad knowledge to absorb off of there. He wrote an article about this subject, about the decline of sellers or the volume of books. I don't remember exactly. Just, he's like a self-proclaimed data junkie, so every article that he writes is a must-read.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah. So yeah,
all right, thank you.
$8 to $10, and hopefully we're gonna see those $8 to $10 books turn into $10 to $12 books.
Awesome. All right, I just want to make sure that's the path I've chosen, and I just want to make sure. You know,
one more thing that I do want to add to this, because it just sparks me up, is that the game is changing. The game always changes. Nothing is the same. I don't know that saying, but nothing in business stays the same ever. And you're going to make money when you are ahead of the game. So when things like this happen, you know, maybe the price doesn't come up on Amazon, and maybe the new game is selling books on eBay, or merchant fulfilling books on Amazon, or whatever it is. Pay attention, educate yourself, and stay in front of it, so that, you know, you're not the one that figures it out 2 years later after everyone else has already been killing it for 2 years.
Exactly. All right. Well, I appreciate your videos. I appreciate you taking my call tonight.
Awesome. Yeah.
Watching every time your video goes live, I jump on it. So.
Awesome. I appreciate your attention, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night. You too. Awesome. We're banging right now. Some good call-ins, guys. Bringing the heat. The phone is coming with the heat. The line is open, guys. We got one. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
What's up, Reezy? This is Joe, Parkside, Thrifty Antiquity.
What's up, Joe? I remember that voice. That's that thrifty. Dude, you should do voiceovers.
Dude, I will do voiceovers for you.
No, I mean like get on Fiverr and put your voice out there, dude. Listen to just say something sexy real quick.
Something sexy.
Oh, you smart ass.
Yep. You know what? I feel you. $5 here and there. I could do it.
No, I'm telling you, dude. You just have that voice. It's memorable, right? I know who you are from your voice when you call in.
Well, that's good. Got to be memorable. Make a statement and whatnot. But I do got a question for you. By the way, you're the man. I appreciate everything you do. You already know.
Yeah, thank you for calling in.
So, okay. The first couple shipments of books, I shipped off, you know, a couple hundred books or whatever. Now I've got books sitting in inventory that are like $7, $8 books, and I'm like, damn.
Yep.
If these sell, I'm gonna lose.
Yep, they did that to you.
Is there a way that should I have them sent back? Should I just let them sit? What should I do with those?
I'd say you should maybe price them up a little bit higher, let them sit for a while, and then sometime before the 6-month storage fee comes along, you should remove them, especially if Amazon offers a promotional removal thing, which they have done oftentimes in the past, but haven't done recently.
Okay.
But yeah, that's another thing, man. Just like that is a micro of a macro, and that is Amazon makes the rules, man. And so we're out here playing the game based on these rules, and it's middle of the game, and they're changing the rules at halftime. You know.
It's real, but I'm trying to play the game. I'm a player in the game. I'm trying to be like Reezy.
You gotta be, man. You gotta.
Dude, I see it, man. I see it.
So, hey,
motivational.
You didn't pay too much for them, so you can always just cut the loss on them and focus on getting more inventory. That's better. But it's a good exercise to know how to deal with this, because there's also books, for example, that I buy these books and I buy them, and when I buy them, they're not profitable, but I know that they're going to make me $1 to $3 profit at some time in the year. And it's because they're really popular, like classic books that colleges read. They're not textbooks or whatever, but certain times, couple times a year, several thousand of those are going to be in demand, and the price pops up into the $1 to $3 profit range. And so when you can buy those for a quarter, I scoop those up. But
so that's just from being around and seeing how those books fluctuate.
Yeah, exactly. You'll know, because you'll pass on a book. You'll see that book and be like, oh man, that book again. Let me scan it, and you'll go, holy crap, it's gonna make me $3. And then you'll go and look at the history of it, and you'll go, oh wow, 2 times out of the year, this book starts to be profitable.
Got you.
But the main reason I wanted to illustrate that is because that skill is the same thing that you need to know for thinning out your inventory when you're looking at those low margin books that you were unsure of. But when it comes down to cutting it, you might want to just pay to get them destroyed. Definitely take advantage of a free removal. And sometimes it's even cheaper to price them at a small loss than it is to pay for the removal.
Got you. Like take a 25-cent loss.
Yeah. The other thing is if they give you a free removal, and they're popular ranked books that are just blown out because the supply is too much, have them sent back to you and take them to your local bookstore to get credit to buy other books to sell on Amazon.
That was another question I was going to ask you, because I just gotten like 5 big boxes full of books, and I scanned them all, went through them, found about 30 books that were really good, and then I had all these boxes of books. So I was like, well, what do I do with them? So I took them to Goodwill, the place that puts the biggest, jankiest, hard to get off stickers over their SKUs. I just took them there because I don't even like digging through Goodwill. Right.
Then you just donated them.
Is there a better way to go about that?
Did you just donate?
Did you actually make money off those books at a yard sale? And
if you
my garage?
selling them to the used bookstore, yes, or to anywhere that sells used books, they take trade-ins like that. Also, take it to Savers and donate it so you get a coupon to take in when you buy stuff.
Man, we don't have Savers over here, but I feel it.
Yeah, it's different stuff like that.
it.
You could also donate them for a tax write-off, or you can just, in accounting, you can just claim it as a loss, claim it as a business loss, and then write off your expenses, including what was involved with dealing with them, labor and stuff. And then, that's a business loss. It pretty much does the same thing. It offsets your inventory cost.
Okay.
More tax talk.
Reason, I don't want to talk about taxes either.
Me neither, man. Me neither. I'm all taxed out.
But I want to talk about, staying motivated and getting these books and then taking that money and flipping it into wholesale, like the Posh Hanger and what up, Big West, y'all, and Alexander. And the community's dope, and the chat room's live, and I just want to say what's up.
Awesome, man. Well, stay up. I'm going to see you on Instagram.
Word.
Have a good one, man. I just want to point out right now, if you guys don't know, we have a big community going on, and it's a lot bigger than my YouTube channel. There's a Facebook group, and Instagram is huge. Like, I can't express how much I love Instagram. The interaction and engagement with the other sellers on Instagram is so huge. I've learned so much from other sellers, and it's just awesome to be able to have a feed where I can see people who are doing what I'm doing, that are interested in what I'm doing, because I don't want to see, this beautiful picture or that beautiful picture. I want to see full-time deals with massive amount of Nike stuff racked up. I want to see travel and thrift. I want to see secondhand swagger. I want to see all these people that are Instagram gangsters that you need to follow on Instagram. So seriously, if you're not in the Instagram community, get in the dang Instagram community. Follow me, follow Posh, follow Watch Me Amazon, follow all those people that I mentioned. I can't really explain it. I don't know what it is about Instagram, but it's way more legit. Everybody's nice. It's legit. It's not like Facebook. There's so much trolling on Facebook. I don't know why that is, but the calls are open, guys. I don't know why. It looks like I'm getting some voicemails, but 209-83 Reezy. Oh, I just got a 3-star feedback on Amazon. That's going to have to wait. That thing's going to get deleted. Got to get those deleted as much as possible. 10K on the bay. Guys, go ahead and put your Instagram on the in the chat right now. Put your Instagram if you have it, and I'll read it out. That way the everyone who's watching can hear it, and also it will be on the podcast for the listeners. So at the Posh Hanger, at Watch Me Amazon, obviously me at Reezy Resells. You got at 10K on the bay. You got at States Place. You got Secondhand Swagger. You got Travel and Thrift. You got full-time deals. You got Hustle at Home Mom. You got Great Flipping Team, Chicago Flipper, El Hombre Numero Uno, Bobby Moons, Alexander.yay. He's a 13-year-old Amazon hustler. Go follow him. Guaranteed. He's going to be the youngest Amazon hustler ever. Watch. Hold on a second. You're live on Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Hey, it's Logan. How are you?
Good. How are you, Logan?
Oh, good. I didn't realize you answered because the feed's behind on YouTube, but I got it off now. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I have a couple questions.
Let's
you
do it.
mentioned Caleb Ross. Have you seen, he didn't make it, but have you seen Accelerlist?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
What do you think of Accelerlist?
So I haven't used it in the last 3, maybe even as much as 6 months, and I know they've made a lot of improvements. So I can't really speak on it. I know it's functional and it works decently.
It has both modes.
Right. I know it's
you
web.
can do either position or the other.
So I know it's web based, which is really cool. So when I first used it, the very first thing I did was I didn't even use it on my computer. I just go, oh crap, it's web based, and I made a shipment on my phone on Accelerist. So that's pretty cool. And Caleb Roth is super smart, and he's involved with that project. So only good things will come from it. And I probably should take some time to check it out. Because I know.
Yeah, I'll check it out quick again because it's cool. And I don't know if I haven't been able to switch completely over, but it's cheaper and yeah, it's got some cool functionality. And then a second question. So if you're in your manage inventory, like if I'm in my Seller Central and I'm in the manage inventory section, and I'm looking at that screen. So, you know, you have the first item that's on the list, and then one of the columns says fee preview. Right, and it gives you like a number. So like mine right now says $659 includes a $299 FBA fee. So that number, is it correct for me to think that if I take the price that I have it listed for, and I subtract that fee price, and I subtract the cost of whatever I paid for the book, that would be my net profit? Correct?
I would assume so, but I'm not too familiar with that fee preview because I don't utilize all that stuff. I have all my settings set to like display very minimal amount of stuff, just what my employees need to see. So like, you know, I'm making those decisions long before I list the item, and I have to, you know, trust that it's still good to go. You know, I'm not exactly checking it on the computer like that.
Well, the reason why I started to look at it was because of the fee changes, and those books are kind of like borderline. And what I'm seeing is
because you had them laying around over the fee period, right?
Yeah, like they're close. So basically, it's like I'm taking a look, and it looks like, okay, like how low can I actually go and not take a loss? But what's weird is that, I mean, I guess it just doesn't make sense because like I'll be as low as I can basically go. And I mean, that fee wouldn't vary seller to seller, correct? That fee only varies based on that book. That should be the same fee. So correct. If I'm at a certain price and then I see somebody who's literally priced lower than the fee preview by a significant amount sometimes, like more than 50 cents, more than the destroy cost, like how does that even
how are they doing it?
But maybe that's fee preview.
So there's a lot of things. Honestly, one of them could be that they haven't reined in their repricer and stuff. So currently it's still running off the old margins and they're losing money. That could actually be happening. I wouldn't doubt it. The other thing is that some people are selling books in different ways. So it looks like it's FBA, but it's merchant fulfilled prime, which means they have it at their own warehouse and then they're shipping it using deeply discounted bulk postal rates, using bound printed matter rates, which requires you to send like 100 or 200 pieces a day or whatever. So their fees are different.
As lowest price comparison to me in the back office though?
Yeah, because it shows as a FBA offer. It's called It's called merchant fulfilled prime. You have to be a very large seller to participate in that program.
Right.
So I didn't get offered to participate in that program. It's a very large program. Someone like Greg Murphy probably knows about that.
Right. All right. Cool. Well, those are my questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in, Logan.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Late. Oh man, that just reminded me. I still haven't seen Logan. I had to choose between Logan or Beauty and the Beast, and Luna was with me, so we went and saw Beauty and the Beast. I heard someone get their head ripped off within like the first 2 seconds of Logan, so that wouldn't have been too sick of her, Luna. I mean, I know she likes X-Men and everything, but I might have to edit that movie down for her so she can watch it. Let me go back and read all the IG names. Hold on, I'm going to hang up on. Don't call for a second, guys. I'm going to read all these IG names real quick. Chloe Pops Tags, that's CHLOE, at Joel_Dive, at La Casita_OG, at Chicago Flipper, TJL Resell, at FH Perez 77, at Thrifty Antiquity, at Legacy Listings, at Mother's Mustache with the MU Mother's Mustache, Reseller Mug Club. Also, guys, check out Hustler Harvest, hashtag Hustler Harvest. Hustler Harvest. Let's just talk about Hustler Harvest real quick. Hustler Harvest is it is a way that the resellers are getting canned food together to donate to food banks. Let me go and look this up real quick. Hashtag Hustlers Harvest, or is it Hustler Harvest? Help me out, guys, on the YouTube real quick. Hustle Harvest. I think it's hashtag. I'm not coming up with the right hashtag, guys. Help me out with the hashtag. But the basic story, and also I got to give credit where credit's due. This is not my thing or my idea, but basic idea is when you're also follow at Super Spro Bros. If you guys are trying to get your coffee on, that's my coffee channel. Hustler Harvest. Let me see. I swear to God, I was looking up that. Sorry to say that. I'm not. No. Yeah, nothing's coming up on my phone either. I must have no hashtags or anything. But Secondhand Swagger. Thank you, Chloe. Is who started it. You need to follow this dude right here, secondhand_swagger. He's probably the coolest thrifter ever. Straight up OG, double OG, triple OG gangster. But he started this thing, and it's super amazing. Let me find one of the posts. Here's his Instagram. Let me show you guys real quick. Hold up. Go follow homie. Let me get it to focus. Come on. There we go. Secondhand Swagger. Go follow homie. And then let me bring up one of these food can posts. Dang. Okay, so here we go. Hashtag Hustler Harvest. Hustler Harvest. And basically the idea is, guys, I don't know about all of you, but a lot of us, myself, a lot of people started from the bottom, and now we're here, and now we can afford to grab a few cans of food. So when you're out hustling, when you're outsourcing, when you hit the grocery store, grab a few extra cans of food. And then when you get, 50 pounds together, donate a box of food to whatever place you want to donate it to. Take a picture of the donation and the scale weight so we can track it, something like this. And use the hashtag Hustler Harvest. That way we can just track the amount of pounds and the difference that our community is doing to the world to help raise food. Like, I seriously lived off of this food. When I first started, guys, if you don't know my story, we ate at the homeless shelter to make it happen. And if we weren't eating at the homeless shelter, the only other food we were eating was coming from churches and food banks from programs like this. And growing up, same thing for me. Food stamps, welfare, yada, yada. So this stuff can make a huge, huge difference in the world. So if we can do anything, we can do this, guys. So let's do this. Let's get involved. Follow Secondhand Swagger and, stack some cans of food, and let's donate some weight and help out the communities around us, because we can spare a little bit of change to grab some cans of food. So the phone lines are open again, guys. 209-83-REEZY. Give me a call. We'll take a few more calls tonight before we call it off. But I'm actually really glad I remembered to mention that. I've been wanting to mention that for a while. I actually need to get him on a call so we can do a video, like a collabo. I don't know if he does YouTube, though. Too cool for YouTube. Let's see. Go into the YouTube comments. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of positive comments from the Hustler Harvest talk that I just put out. Chloe pops tags. She knows what's up. Anyone, the real LP guy says, anyone know is the reseller rally in Chicago only 200 people because it's the first year? Next year, will there be more tickets? You guys should get me a ticket to go there. That'd be sick. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Hey, Reezy, it's TJ.
What's up, TJ? Is this TJ L Resell?
No, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. There was just someone in the chat that had that name, so I jumped the gun.
I actually been watching it a long time, but I went back to when I was binge watching your. I started at the very beginning. I was binge watching everything. I picked up a few books like last week from a Dollar Tree. It was like a dollar store.
Yep.
And I was scanning them, and I was thinking some of them were like $30 or more, and I was like, this has got to be wrong. I was wondering if you've ever sourced from places like that.
Yeah, definitely, wherever you can. So those books that you're talking about, They're really crazy. So you guys, you can get books at the Dollar Tree, and it's crazy. Usually they're not going to be the ones that are $30. They're going to be more like make a few bucks or $1 or $2.
Right.
But you got lucky
Yeah.
and found a good stack of them. Apparently, the thing is they have some kind of crazy bulk deal. If you know how dollar stores work, they buy inventory by the pound. So they have a deal with a book supplier, and they're buying all their waste or unsellable or whatever they are books. Sometimes you can catch the books like still packaged in the aisle, so you can photograph the box and try and get a hold of the supplier or whatever. I was unsuccessful. I actually didn't try too hard, but the thing is that you never know. I've gone to, in my town, there's 2 or 3 Dollar Trees or Dollar Generals or whatever, and some of them have books, some of them don't. Some of them have these ones, some of them have those ones, and you go back next week and there'll be different ones. So you never know, but those are definitely good. And the one qualm about that is how Amazon has been reacting recently to new sellers selling books as new without having invoices from the suppliers or whatever.
I was going to ask about that because some of them, like, they all have a Dollar Tree sticker on them, and so I think it was on your video. Was it you that was recommending using like an iron or a heat press or something like that to get the stickers off?
Yeah, so you can use a heat gun, but also what works even better is I forget the name of it. I don't actually have one, but I believe it's called a modeling iron. It looks just like a old school clothing iron, like a big hunk of metal, but it's small. But it's small. It's like 2 inches long or whatever, or maybe even shorter. It's like the size of a sticker. Go ahead.
That was what I was going to say. I didn't know because I'm not damaging the books by taking the stickers off, but some of them have like marks, like they've been marked on with a marker on the front of the pages, So I didn't know if I'd be able to sell that as new.
I wouldn't. Usually that's a remainder mark. So they mark it and then they discard it. The publisher marks it and then they do what they're going to do with it, but they just mark it so that it doesn't enter into the new market, Okay,
right. Okay. All right. Yeah, cool.
So on Amazon, I'd sell those as like new if they have the remainder mark. But hand to hand, you could sell those as new for sure, or on eBay. I don't know the rules. Don't quote me on that, but Amazon's rules are super anal, as is the customers. It's just a different kind of customer. But eBay's a little looser, Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of retail arbitrage on eBay, and I've kind of been trying to break into Amazon with it a little bit, but I've had a seller account for a long time, but I saw you recommending it to people on a live video a couple weeks ago or something, to anything you can sell, get in there and sell it before they restrict it, and I get it now because I'm restricted on so much, and they want invoices, and for retail arbitrage, it's like impossible to get invoices unless you've got an actual supplier. So
right, yeah. So the one thing that I do want to add about that is that there is suppliers that can get you approval to things like if you want to be able to sell Star Wars, The Force Awakens, you just need to find a distributor that sells that toy line and then get an account with them, and they will extend their license to you and give you all the paperwork you need to be able to sell that brand. So it's not impossible. It requires, some days of jumping through some hoops, emails, phone calls, whatever. But the reward is super plentiful when you can sell the Star Wars toys and everyone else can't.
All right, cool. I had another question. Not really the same topic. I mean, it's about books, obviously, but I was seeing. I know you've been you're using tactical arbitrage now instead of? Are you still using eFlip?
Yes, I do use eFlip separately. I haven't figured out tactical arbitrage for books yet, but it should be coming soon.
I looked on. I went to after I saw you talking about it, I went to the tactical arbitrage website, and they're locked down right now. They have a waiting list, I guess. So I signed up for the waiting list, but I was thinking about, in the meantime, doing something like eFlip or the Zen arbitrage. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, you should definitely do eFlip over Zen, but something like that's good. I do a lot of eFlip myself.
Okay, so that was my question is, if I was going to do online, if I was going to source Amazon and sell Amazon, should I have two separate accounts? I have my personal account has Amazon Prime, and I know you're not supposed to buy Amazon Prime for reselling.
Right.
But if I sold on a different account, or should I buy on a different account that doesn't have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, you want to buy on a separate account. The key is to do the business account because you still get free shipping on business purchases over 25. I think it's either 25 or 35.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, so that's a little workaround, and you can then go ahead and sell those. I actually make those purchases with my same seller account, which is a business account. So you just want to make sure you don't buy regular Prime and then flip it, because that's against the rules.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to check and see what your take on that was. All right, cool. I think that's the only questions I had for you today.
Awesome. What was your name again?
My name is TJ. Hey, I wanted to tell you too, real quick. I had actually never seen Gary Vee until I saw.
Oh, call failed? Dang, it failed right when he was going to drop the hammer. Okay, we can only assume what he was going to say is that he learned about Gary Vee through me, and that he has nothing but beautiful things to say about Gary Vee. He doesn't mind the cursing, and he's just super happy that he learned about Gary Vee. He's in the 2017 Flip Challenge. He's going ham. He's going to rule social media, everything. Let's do one more call, guys. One more call. Let's go into the chat real quick. Posh Hanger is lighting up the chat, guys. You guys need to go follow at the Posh Hanger, Hanger. If you don't know how to spell hanger, it's not an airplane hangar. It's a hanger, like a clothing hanger. The Posh Hanger on Instagram, because she's a boss. She's a boss. Her Instagram stories are sicker than most people's YouTube channel. For real, her Instagram stories poop on my YouTube channel. They poop on any reseller's YouTube channel, honestly. Monica's Instagram stories is a television channel, and it is sick. Big West said he flipped my lid on OA software. See, $49.99 for free shipping on the business accounts. All right, that's what John Jovi says. Thanks, John. I usually am buying way more than that, so not important for me to keep track of that too much. There is a website on eFlip. Yes, there is. Check out the description down there in the comments. I'm going to have to edit the hell out of this one for the podcast, guys. Or maybe I won't. You're live on Money Talks with Reezy Resells. Who's this?
Yo, it's Tuna Fish Delight. How goes it?
Oh, what's up, Tuna Fish Delight? Wears headphones all day and night. How you feeling?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Well. Now, those things are attached to your ears by now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love music, so pretty much listen to them all day.
Do you feel like it affects your hearing anyway?
No, not at all. I actually hear really well. Like, it's great because I can wear them and people leave me alone.
Right.
But I still hear what everyone says around me.
Nice. That's definitely.
You know what I mean? So it's like the best of both worlds, because like people like think, oh, they can't hear me. You can't hear me. Like,
right.
So like, you know what I mean? But right. I still hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hearing has yet to go out because of them. Yeah. Which is nice. And
yeah, it's
I
the
used
same.
to spend a lot of time at the poker table where I spent all the time in headphone zone. So
nice.
It's been a long-term commitment.
Yeah, I do the same thing too. When people talk smack about me in Spanish, I'm like, man, I know what you're saying. I know all those words.
Yeah, I used to work at a pool company, and there was a lot of shit talking about me in Spanish. Some of which I understood, some of which I didn't. But,
dude, you pick up on the cuss words first when you grow up around that stuff.
Yeah, you really do. Well, I mean, they're the ones you hear the most. You know? So.
Yeah. I wonder if all languages like that. The journey to learn languages through cuss words.
Perhaps. I think there's just a lot more cursing in Spanish than in other languages, but I could very well be wrong.
Hey, dude, don't stereotype people.
It's English and Spanish. I don't really know much else other than that.
Yeah, me too. What's up, though, man? How can I help you?
All right. So I was curious, like, what was the cause for you getting a business partner?
Cool. So. That's a great question. I didn't get a business partner because I needed a business partner. I got a business partner because it was beneficial to me, because I felt like I was getting the better end of the deal. because I partnered with someone who's amazing, someone who's smarter than me. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I feel like if you
So do
partner,
you think that like you worked harder than him? Like, what did he get?
well, we're equal partners, but the thing is just like when you partner with someone that's a really high caliber to that point to where you feel like you got the better end of the deal, maybe,
Right.
you know, it's just a high caliber person, you know, I don't mind giving equity to someone that is that high caliber because you know that the value of the company is going to increase significantly. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes
it's like
1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah, well, it's just different things. It's like, so there's certain things, like, for example, if I sold, I'm just making this up right now, but if I sold my ability to market something for you and be your hype man or whatever, and I charged X amount of dollars, or you had the option of giving me X amount of equity of the company, which would be the wiser thing, you know, which would promote me to
Depends on how much you think I'm worth.
to mark. Yeah. So that's an equation that you have to do because
you should take the hourly. If you think I'm going to blow up, you should take the equity.
Yeah. Well, not talking about what I want, but what you would want and what would be a better value for you, because you can win.
Well, I mean, it's the same question, just the inverse.
Yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of people don't think about it that way. They just want to save the money versus thinking about how valuable it is to have someone who's motivated financially, you know, for it all to work out better versus just one time.
That's the way most people think, you know?
Yeah.
If they didn't, life would be a lot harder.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. So basically, I don't like working alone. You know, I like to have two heads are better than one. It's also, you know, it's kind of like a marriage, you know, my wife is good at a lot of things that I'm not good at. My business partner, Scott, he's good at a ton of things I'm not good at. We're real similar, and obviously we have to be to get along and to work together and stuff. And we're best friends, actually, like since high school. He's my skateboarding bro. We have a rap album together, but
sweet.
But you know, it's just it made everything better. So it wasn't.
Like, what is his skill set?
Oh, well, he's super smart. He's a hustler. He's a hard worker. He went to school for marketing, so he turned down a decent out of college offer to go into business for me. But really, just, you know, being a super smart guy that's also a hard worker and basically being my brother. You know, I consider him my brother. So it's just loyalty, hard work, you know, smart geniusness.
Did you guys sell through the same account?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everything is all 50%.
So, like, when this occurred, did you create a new account, or did you essentially sell half the equity in the account that you already had?
That's another good question. When we decided to partner, we made a new account. So we actually have 3 accounts because we each had a separate account before we started this, which turned out to be
diversifying. I like it. Fair
yeah.
enough.
So it was over a process. So we partnered on the new account, and then we both retained our separate accounts for a while till, you know, those weren't our main focus anymore. And then we ended up just combining everything.
That's pretty sweet. So, like, I mean, worst case scenario, like, I realize this probably wouldn't happen to you because you've been, you know, existing for a while. But, like, even if you got one account suspended, you could just pivot to the other 2.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a major key to have a couple options. Another thing that's pretty cool that you can do is that if you have multiple accounts, sometimes you remove products or whatever, and then you can't send them back in to that account. If you have another account, you can send them back into that account.
Okay, so last week you were talking about, like, if there's a book, like, let's say, you know, it's being sold through Amazon for like $100, and there's like 2 other books that are being sold, third-party sellers for like $10, $20, you would buy up those books, right?
Definitely.
So I'm assuming you like, with that method, you could only do that if you had more than one account, right? Because you couldn't buy and then resell in the same account. Is that correct?
No, you can. You just don't want to use Prime shipping to sell back Prime. That's against the rules. So you want to use your business buyer's account to purchase.
Fair enough.
Which is simple. Just convert your account to be a business buyer, and you're now a business buyer.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good.
Dodge any infractions if I possibly can. But,
how's it going though? You're more books or more furniture?
Had a pretty good week. I sold a bunch of books that I didn't want for Amazon for like in 3 different lots for a total of $2,000. It was like books that I'd already scanned through that I didn't want, but it looked really good on Craigslist.
Nice.
People scooped it up, and had a bunch of stuff go off at auction 2 weeks ago. That was a pretty good chunk.
Like
and,
at your local auction house?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few, and there's like a couple around me. You know, like not like a big deal auction house,
Yeah.
but I had I think like 56 lots or whatever.
Yeah, that's a pro
That was
tip,
like a
guys.
little
If you
chunk.
guys, a lot of people probably don't know, not to cut you off, but a lot of people don't know because it's kind of like something more like furniture dealers know about or whatever. But
Yeah.
almost every city is going to have an auction house. Find out where they're at, go to the auctions, and you can take your stuff there to sell it. And you would be amazed what people pay for like a pile of crap at an auction. It blows my mind. It's all about the excitement.
It's hit or miss, but yeah.
No, it's fully hit or miss. You might pull your hair out and waste your time, but you also might
Right.
sell a box of crap for $25 and you might have 12 boxes of crap, so.
Yeah, I mean, like pro tip, like get like a wooden box and put a lock on it, and then put it in auction, and people like shake in the box, and they're like, it's like a mystery, right? And
You're
like, they
such
won't open
a
up
prick.
the box just because they don't know what's inside the box.
You are the biggest prick. But that's not against the rules.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I've only done it once before, but it worked out pretty well.
Mother's mustache, she's on the chat. She says, "What's this rules word you speak of?"
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been very good at following them, but
I
definitely
don't
do
recommend following rules. I don't recommend waiting in line. I don't recommend taking your turn. I recommend bending, breaking, getting what's yours, getting to the front of the line. Whatever you got to do to succeed, you need to do it. And
absolutely.
all that
Apologize
crap,
later,
all that crap that they teach you. I mean, as long as you're being courteous and nice to people, get yours. Just like
Oh my god.
all this stuff they teach you in school
is a
is
system
so
of
dumb.
programming. Just take what you want,
Well, yeah, well, if you can, why wouldn't you? People are just going to watch you take it anyways. Who cares if they raise their eyebrow?
No doubt. And the thing is, once you establish that you're the dominant one and they're the passive one, it just like leads to more success.
Yeah,
That works.
exactly. It's so weird. Anyways, bro, thank you for calling in. Not to cut you off again,
Absolutely.
but
Have another good week.
yeah, I'm going to hit you on Snap many times, I'm sure.
All right, peace, man.
All right, later. Shout out to Tuna Fish Delight. That dude does not take his headphones off. He sends me like 10 snaps a day, headphones on, all of them, nonstop, like fluffy beats ones. Anyways, guys, that's the show. I'm not going to take any more calls in. I didn't even barely finish this one thing of water, so makes me feel like I didn't rap enough. Let's hit up the chat and see if we got any more. I saw Alexander said, should he make a YouTube? Yes, you should, guys. Every single one of you, if you're watching this or you're listening to this, you should make a YouTube channel. Trust me, it's fun. You might discover your passion through YouTube. It's really weird when you have an audience and then you make content. You find out what you're good at because people respond to it. And when you have a feedback system like that, you can do crazy things. I can't even explain it, guys. All I can say is that I am passionate about talking and teaching and helping people. And I realized that through social media. And that's what I'm doing right now, guys. Like, who knows? How long have I been on this chat? Let me go see how long this is because I have no idea. I have no idea how long this call is, guys. Let me see what time it is. That's how I know. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. And to me, it literally felt like 20 minutes. I could do this for 3 hours straight, and I could do it every day for 3 hours straight. No problem. So I love it, guys. I'm very passionate about it, and I didn't really realize what my passion was until I started doing social media and I started getting feedback from people saying that I was inspiring them, saying that I was motivating them, saying that I was funny or that they liked my videos or whatever. So just do it, guys. Don't wait. The YouTube ship did not sail. You can get on YouTube and you can make money on YouTube. You can make a following. You can have an audience, and you can find your passion, guys. That's the most important part. Like, more important than making money in anything that I want to emphasize is the freedom that you get once you make enough money that you can control your life and own your own time. You can do an amazing thing. You can do creative things. You can make your mark on the world. You can do Hustler Harvest, which should be a full-blown nonprofit if you ask me. that I definitely want to get involved with. But get on social media, start a YouTube channel, do the damn thing, guys. Until next week, this has been Money Talks with your boy Reezy Resells, and I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I can't wait to see you guys next Monday.